Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast. I'm your host, Fredo. With me today, we got the whole crew in the building. We got that boy DC, that boy Jerron, and Steven running things on the back like it normally does. What's up, guys? How y'all been, man? How's y'all Easters, man?
Oh, Fredo, man, everything was good, man. Had a good time with the family. How about you, Jerron?
Easter was work for me, so I just worked the whole time, got some rest, and that's all I did. Really, I missed all the festivities.
Oh, man. Yeah, that sucks, man. But, man, you got to get in the grind. You got to get paid, though, man. But it's part of the job, man. But we're here, though, man. We're here sipping on some coffee in this Monday morning right here, except for Jerron. But, man, life is good. Life is great, man. I appreciate everything, another day in this world. And, you know, and I enjoy my time spending with y'all. But, yeah, gentlemen, you know, so we're right here, man. Like, this is the time of the year that we know that there ain't too much going on in the NFL, not unless if you want to do something stupid or be reckless. But besides that, man, so let's go off and let's talk about some of the rule changes that happened last week. So as we know, the NFL owners had a meeting last week in Florida. Now, you know, they made some changes with the kickoff rules, and also you got the tuck rule, right? Is it the tuck rule or is it the
hip drop?
Like hip drop.
Right.
Hip drop rule. Yeah, I'm sorry about the tuck rule. But yeah, the hip drop rule. So we got that going on. So let's go off and let's talk about the kickoff rule. Jerron, how do you feel about the kickoff rule, man?
First I want to set it up a little bit. So the ball is kicked off from the 35-yard line. And there's a 5-yard space between the teams. Instead of the traditional, you run up, you're running with your hair on fire for 50 yards, and then the collisions, they're only starting 5 yards apart from the 40 to the 35 on the opponent side of the field, and then you can do whatever with your returner. I watched it a lot in the XFL, and I liked it. I mean, it brought back to me a play that was dying. So yeah, I liked what I saw. I don't think there's gonna be too much excitement to start out. Well, it could be, depending on how tricky everybody gets. Yeah. How everybody's like, I want to do cross the field passes now. I want to do reverses. I want to do like offensive style plays. Yeah. It could get interesting, but it's going to take some experimenting first. DC, how do you feel about it?
The part I didn't like about it is you have to announce when you're doing an onside kick.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no more element of surprise with the onside kick.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be a little tricky to some kickers based on when you kick off, there's rules if you kick it in the end zone. There's another rule if a ball lands between like the 20 and something else.
Yeah.
There's different ball placements where it determines where you start out, whether you fair catch it or if you run it out or whatever. But like I said, it's going to be some experiment. But the only thing I didn't like is that you have to announce an onside kick.
Yeah.
But it may work out because, like I say, your kicker's going to have to, it ain't going to just be no bunch of touchbacks.
Yeah.
Because I think if you touch back, it brings the ball out to
The
maybe 35, 40 or something.
Yeah.
35, yeah.
35.
So I don't think you're going to want to just give up that field position like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's in the end zone, you can fair catch it, right? Or
it's going to be a touchback.
It's going to be a touchback.
Yeah.
So they were saying that now with this new kickoff rule, there's going to be more chances of special teams actually scoring now. And like Jerron said, you know, there was a time period that, you know, it's pretty much dead. Everybody was just letting the ball go, fair catching it. But now, the kickoff games could be more special now. Now, like you gonna want to stay and watch the kickoff and see that there's a touchdown or something or like a really good possession of the ball. To me, it's exciting, man. More points on the board out there. I get it, man. So sometimes like I like this rule better than I do with the new the tackling rule.
Yeah.
I like this rule better. As we talked about on the last episode about the other tackling rule, I know that one sucks, man, but I feel like I'm looking forward more to this one than the tackling one. Yeah. Any more, John?
Yeah, like it's interesting that Cordero Patterson was immediately signed. Like the day of, almost the Steelers said, "All right, we're gonna get a returner." So it brings a exciting play back. Like I said, it's gonna be kind of tricky to figure out, and they said it's only guaranteed for 1 year.
Okay.
They can go back to the old rule after, but it's interesting. They're getting stuff from other leagues and kind of diversifying the game. That part I like. But also to go with that, speaking of other leagues, they are the XFL has it's called precision ball spotting. The NFL looked into something similar to that last year, but I don't think it's in the works yet for them. But watched it this weekend. It was pretty interesting. It looks like the tennis ball spotting technology, where it's kind of slow at right now. It's like the beginning experimental stages where they have the green field, the ball stops, and then they zoom in on the precise spot. So I thought that was pretty interesting too. I think that's going to be another thing that the NFL might steal for next XFL.
Yeah. So like we know that the XFL normally is like it's gonna be like we're just gonna wait and see maybe if they partner with the NFL and that's gonna be like the minor league and experiment with stuff over there first before we bring it on to the NFL. Just like the kickoff, basically that kickoff is just like what the XFL does as is already.
Right.
So they go try it out over here with the NFL. I say, why not try it out a little time period to see if it brings more excitement to the game. But I'm all for it. DC?
Yeah, I've been saying they need to just go and adopt it.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching these players. I like Matt Corral. He was quarterback, and I'm like, damn, Carolina just drafted him a year or two ago. He was on the Carolina Panthers. Now he's in this league. So you might as well just go ahead and adopt the league. Buy him out, whatever it takes. Let this be your feeder league, kind of like baseball does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Yeah, I already starting to pull stuff from it anyway. Why not? Go up full blown and do it. That way we have quality football in the summertime also.
Yep.
Yeah. If I was the XFL, I'd be like, F y'all. Y'all taking all our stuff and just giving us washed up players. No help. There's no commitment to us. Y'all just, every rule we have, every cool thing, it's like NFL is just going to jack it from them. So
To me, I feel like if the partnership does happen, man, like that'd be great because right now we know the XFL last year did not make any good revenue of that league last year. If anything, they lost money from last season, man. So if the NFL can contribute with the XFL, I think that right there would be more beneficial. And also, I feel like maybe why not have the XFL travel to the international games and show the sport out there, at least, instead of the NFL going out there all the damn time. That'd be something right there as well. But I don't know, man. I feel like that, like maybe hopefully when the next couple of years, maybe they could link up together and bring that partnership together, man. Like, and that'd be the baby brother of the NFL. Yeah. All right. So what else, Jerron?
Rasheed Rice
Mm.
is very, very weird. Of course, it's the off season. Players can do whatever they want. They can go home, go back to their college friends, go back to the hoods.
Oh.
So yesterday was Saturday.
Saturday night.
Yeah. That police are searching for Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rasheed Rice in the investigation of a major accident in Dallas. It looked like to me he was around University just by looking at like the roads and the highway. So reported that a Corvette and a Lamborghini driving recklessly, pretty much racing on the highway, caused a chain reaction. And how many cars? Like
Four.
six.
It was 6.
I think it ended up
4
being
other outside of those.
Yeah, those
yeah.
two, yeah.
So
four more.
four more car pileup, and then they left the scene.
That's
which
the worst thing you could do.
Which I thought when I first heard it, I thought they drove away from the scene. It's even worse when you actually watch the video of them getting out of the cars and they walked away, which is what?
Yeah.
What kind of sense does that make? Yeah. So, yeah. What do y'all think about? He played in Dallas from SMU. It looked like the other guys in the cars didn't look like NFL players. What do you think kind of happened? What do you think comes from this? What's the punishment for
DC, you want to take this one first?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
The video to show them walking down the highway. I mean, get broad daylight. They just walking down the highway. Where are you going?
Yep.
And why are you leaving 2 very expensive cars wrecked like that on the side of the road? I mean, there's so many thoughts that go through your mind. The cars couldn't have been stolen, right?
No, they said they're leased.
Yeah, and then you, what are you leaving for? Are you on the broad daylight? Everybody's got a phone nowadays.
Yeah.
You just wrecked 4 other people's cars, so you know you're gonna be on video.
Yeah.
Why leave the scene? All you did was create another charge
Yeah.
instead of standing there and taking whatever punishment is gonna come to you. Now you creating more questions and answers that we're gonna have to. So now you're gonna get the NFL and them folks deep into your business.
Yep.
You stand there, oh yeah, we were racing, it was a wreck, that's it. But now when you leave the scene,
Yeah.
they're gonna hit you with that not rendering aid. Even though nobody might not have been seriously hurt, they're still gonna hit you with that. So I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with this come out. Man, you can't do that. You're making that kind of money in that type of traffic, driving those cars like that. You can't do that, man.
Yeah.
It's never gonna come out good. And then to leave the scene like that,
Yeah.
it's just crazy, man.
So, so real quick, so I'm gonna give you 2 examples of the previous accidents that have happened in the past. One last year, it was from the draft. Oh boy, what was his name? He got drafted from the Eagles.
The DT.
Yeah, DT. The one that he could have been the first round pick, but because of that accident, he went from 1 to maybe Carter. We had him right. His accident that when he was in Georgia, you had that accident. Yep. Then you have the other one that he was the wide receiver from the Raiders,
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs.
Yep,
that's another one, and he's doing prison time right now.
Well, yeah, his ended with a
fatal.
Yeah,
and this could end the same way.
Exactly. So these are the things, man, I don't get, man. It's like these players right here are limited what they can do. You can't do dumb stuff like this. You got eyes on you all the time. And then on top of that, like DC said, you're walking off, makes you even look even more guilty than you are already. You have cameras on you, so that footage they got it was from a dash cam, a dash cam. So these cars already have cameras on them as well, and you got phones out there. It just makes you look very guilty, man. And I don't know why y'all doing stupid stuff. I get it, man. These guys in their 20s, but you can't do the things that other people can do, man. Right. You got, you got eyes on you. You play for the NFL. Your standards are higher up there, man. You can't be doing dumb stuff like this. Why they choose to do dumb stuff like this, I don't know why, man. And, it just makes you look very bad. The fact that you just walked off like nothing ever happened, So what's gonna happen I don't know, but pretty sure they're gonna set an example on them. But yeah. Yeah, boys got any more on this?
At the least, he's gonna have multiple lawsuits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And also there was an infant in one of these cars.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
And it's bad because if you look, the traffic wasn't that bad. Like if you really could handle these cars, you could have got through that. Like not saying you're supposed to, but do this. But witnesses said that they were both trying to get in the left lane at the same time to cut around some cars, collided. And the crazy part is from the video, from the dash cam video, they got out of the car immediately. Like the Lamborghini was in the middle of the freeway, facing the wrong direction, and it just like they scattered. They got out of the car and they were just like gone. So, disciplinary wise, do you think he misses games?
If he does, man, I want to say maybe 6 games, 4 games. 6 is to be the max. Yeah.
I don't know if he get that many, Fredo. Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Just depending on what they find out.
Yeah.
But kind of like Jay say.
But if they were intoxicated, I'm pretty sure that'd be 6 games for sure.
Then they left, so you know where to prove that.
Right.
You know, that's the only problem about that.
Again, maybe that's why they left.
It could be.
Because they're like, hey, breathalyzer would make this even worse. But man, that's a criminal. Like that's time. That's jail time.
Yeah, that could have ended bad.
It's a hit and run.
Yeah, it's
literally.
a hit and run, basically. Yeah, invading the scene. You know, I'm no lawyer per se, but you know, I know these are at least misdemeanor charges right there. But we'll see how the NFL is gonna react towards this, because the NFL can go their own what's it called, like a calling of it, and the NFL has dealt with this multiple times. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna take a slap on the wrist. So it's like, man, y'all seen the previous we've done for this stuff, and you know, like y'all fools keep messing around outside the field.
So the difference is Henry Ruggs and Rashee Rice. They were both in the NFL. Jalen Carter wasn't in the NFL, so I don't know if they could really do anything to him.
Yeah, no, they couldn't.
It would have just hurt his draft stock. That Henry Ruggs, he's in jail right now, so of course he's not gonna play him. But the commissioner could do something to Rashee Rice.
Oh yeah,
because he's an actual NFL athlete. So I don't know. Like Jalen Carter got. To me, he got slapped on the wrist. I heard he
lost a few draft spots.
He lost his draft spots, but that's it.
Yeah.
Now, this dude, we'll see, we'll definitely see.
You know, and Fredo, you might be on. You might, now that I think about it, he might get a few more games, because the NFL was hoping that you would learn something from the Henry Ruggs situation, and to come out here and you didn't learn basically nothing. For some reason, when these guys, man, when they go take that next step, you are different when you're in the NFL. No, you're not the same people. You have to be held to a different standard. They have a problem compartmentalizing that, hey, I'm not this guy anymore. I have to be up here. Everywhere you go, like I say, cameras are on you.
Always.
And you can't do anything in private. You want to drive like that, you got the money. There's a racetrack right there in Dallas. Go pay somebody to let you drive in circles.
Motor speedway.
As fast as you want to drive. Not on the highway where you're endangering other people. So no, it's just might be some. You might be right, Fredo.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. Like
NFL, like, you stupid, man. What are you doing? You 1 year in and you're already acting like this? Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. He's a rookie. I mean, like, he hasn't done anything. And I'm telling you, if you damage the shield, you know what I'm saying? Like that right there, man. Like they're gonna protect themselves first before they protect you. I mean, like, if you're right there, it's an NFL player, man. That's the shield. That ain't the team. That's the whole brand.
And you playing for the Chiefs, a team that already shown they don't need you. They can win without you.
Exactly.
They moved on to Tyreek Hill. They can move on from you just as quick.
You ain't Tyreek Hill.
So you have to be real careful about this whole situation, man. It was just weird. Like Jay say, I'm guessing there had to be some alcohol involved. That's the only reason you leave the scene.
Yeah.
You know?
Some drugs.
Yeah, something.
I'm pretty sure. Look, all right. So
something in their system.
So this accident happened at what was it, around 6:20 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm pretty sure that they've been having a good time and they want to go somewhere. And I wouldn't be surprised, man, if they have alcohol in the system. Or if maybe there's more than that, DC. Maybe what about there's some drugs? That's even worse. I don't know, man. But this right here is just it's not a good look for them, man. Especially for this player right here, for Rashid Rice, man. It's not good whatsoever, man. Yep. And this is the thing, man. You can't be hanging around these numbnuts that from your past, because these guys just want to party. They want to do dumb shit.
They ain't got nothing to lose.
They got nothing to lose, but you do.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying, man.
It's crazy because he was in the vet. He had his homeboys in the Lamborghini. The vet, $100,000 car. The Lamborghini
like twice.
300 up to $400,000, and they were both leases. So,
and I'm pretty sure when it was under his name.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Homeboys don't carry money like that.
But we
all
shall
6
see.
cars got to be paid for now.
Plus damages to people. Somebody say,
man.
"Oh, my neck."
Yeah, man. Like as soon as they find out you're an NFL player, oh man.
Yeah.
My back, my neck.
Yep.
Oh, all that. I'm telling you, man. And then the matter is also there was kids involved with the accident. Oh yeah, that's even worse, man.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, they gonna come for you, man. Stop doing dumb shit, man. Stay your ass home. Invest in your body. And surround yourself with good people, man. I don't know why they can't get this, man.
Oh, man. I don't get it.
Jeez. All right, what else, gentlemen?
Let's see. I want to talk about the Jets offseason a little bit more. From what they've done, they recently just got Hassan Reddick from the Eagles, basically trading Bryce Huff for Hassan Reddick. They added Tyron Smith. They added Mike Williams, Morgan Moses, Javon Kinlaw, Lecky Fotu, Tyrod Taylor. It seems to me that they are going all the way in, as in like this is Aaron Rodgers' last chance at all.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about the way they're going, and do you think it's gonna work? Do you think they've made enough improvements to be in the same class as Miami, Buffalo, and to make a run?
DC, you want to take this one?
I think they should be making more on the offense. The problem, you got to protect Rodgers. If you don't protect him, none of it really matters.
Right.
They picked up Tyron from the Cowboys, but you still need to probably revamp that damn near whole offensive line.
Right.
So you going out and spending the money on a defensive rusher. I don't really get it, because defense wasn't that bad. The offense just kept them on the field.
Yeah.
3 and out's gonna wear out any damn defense.
Yep.
So it's gonna be still tough for them to keep up with the Dolphins and to be able to depend on how they finished off this offseason. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be worth it in the end. But the key person is Aaron Rodgers. I don't think the defense was the issue.
Yeah.
This is just the name a move, a splash, and he'll be gone next year. So you swinging for it, you're going to be right back at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's one of those things when you go all out and you miss, it can set your franchise way back before you know it. You have a new head coach, because the head coach is starting out on the hot seat.
Yep.
I just heard the rumor of him and the owner having a heated argument at the meetings last week.
Yeah.
Woody Johnson. So there's no doubt that Saleh's going to be on the hot seat from the jump. Week 1. That team starts at 1-3, Fredo, he is gone.
Yep.
I can promise you that he won't be there. Then Aaron Rodgers' buddy will step in and be the head coach at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to your point, Jay. I don't think that one's gonna matter. He's a good player, of course, yes, but the way they're going about it, I don't know if it's really gonna help.
Yeah. To me, I don't have no faith in the Jets, man. To be honest with you, it sucks for Robert Saleh, man, the head coach. I like him, man. When he came available to be one of the head coach candidates, man, I wanted the Texans to pursue him. I think he's a very, very underrated head coach. It just sucks, man. Just the organization he's in right now with the Jets, man. I feel like he hasn't, gotten a really good shot. His defense has looked good ever since he got there, but his offense, man, drafting Wilson has not been panning out for him, and we know that offense has had solid weapons around it, but not the quarterback. And I don't feel like Rodgers is that he's at that level what he was 5 years ago. I just have no faith in Rodgers, and I feel like the organization, I just it hasn't been looking great for me. Then top of that, for the division, you got the Bills and you got the Dolphins. It's gonna be hard to win that in that division. I don't have no faith in Rodgers. I don't have faith in the Jets. I don't see that we're panning out, to be honest with you. Jay, what are your thoughts, man? Since you're the one who brought this up, man.
I'm excited to see it. It's always good to have Rodgers on the field. Mike Williams is going to help. Of course, they had a really good class last year, last couple years, to be honest. The thing that could really change my mind to the positive, to where I think they might be able to jump Buffalo, because Buffalo's taking a step back anyway.
Yeah,
They like a forced step back, but
they lost,
if they get Brock Bowers,
yeah,
if they draft Brock Bowers at the 10 pick and team him up with what's the kid out of Ohio State,
Wilson,
Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Brock Bowers, Aaron Rodgers, of course, I think that will give them an extra like boost to where they're gonna be something serious. That best tight end prospect to come out in years. Yeah, that and then Brees,
mm-hmm.
man, that offense would be nice. Can they block for him? Maybe, maybe not. Is Tyron gonna play all 17? Most likely not. As long as he plays in the playoffs, they should be okay. But I think they're I do like that they're going all in, and we'll see.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, y'all boys got anything more on the whack ass Jets?
Hey, Fred,
Hey, man,
if Aaron Rodgers plays, they might not be whack.
Yeah,
but all right, can Aaron Rodgers play a full season? Is Mike Williams gonna be healthy? You see what I'm saying? Can the offensive line protect them?
But that's basically the thing. It's a whole bunch of questions.
It's a whole bunch of questions. That's what I'm saying. But like like DC said, man, you got the owner and the head coach already not collabing right. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just like one more block away from that shit to fall, man.
I don't trust the front office.
Yeah.
And definitely don't trust Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I trust him to be a good player, but is he gonna do something to work to sabotage his own team?
Exactly.
Like this last couple of years, he's been having a mic in his face saying wild stuff. So maybe he'll be his own distraction. We don't know.
Yep. All right. What else, Jay?
You got anything?
The one I want to talk about with this Deion Sanders situation. Him stepping up and saying that his two top prospects, his son and the other guy that plays
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. He goes both receiver and cornerback.
Right.
He's good. He's really good. But the fact when you come out and say that you're going to kind of have a say in where these guys land is just an issue to me, man. I don't like it at all. I didn't like it when Eli done it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the NFL just step in and say, look here, I'm sorry, you cannot do that. Let the chips fall where they may. I mean, if your team, you don't want him going to the Giants or whoever having the first pick, I'm sorry. Everybody else done been through this stuff. Mm-hmm. Don't step in and say, hey, I don't want my son going there. Then you force that team to have to do something stupid and move on from a great player. That's terrible, man. It's going to be a bad precedent. So I need the NFL to step in and say, we're not doing this, man. Sorry, Prime. You've done a lot for the league. Hall of Famer. But we don't need you stepping in and doing this because you have influence around the league, whether people want to believe it or not. He's got some influence around the NFL.
Yeah.
But I don't need you stepping in for this draft stuff and where these guys line up.
Jay?
It's interesting. Once I saw that information come out, I went and looked. Um, maybe for Travis Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
but Shador
Yeah.
at quarterback,
Right.
I don't know if he will just be able. Like, first of all, it's not like Eli, who was a top 3 pick no matter what. Like he's a Manning, so he's gonna
Right.
come out.
Of course.
I don't think Shador Sanders is gonna be a first round pick. I went back and watched all his throws and all his runs. He's not Caleb Williams. I
No.
mean, he may be closer to a Michael Penix, but even Michael Penix has better arm talent.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Shador Sanders has the name. He has the playmaking. He surprised me because he's better than I thought he was going to be, but he's not Drake May. He's not one of these cats right now.
And this draft, he'd probably be like number 7, probably 6 or 7 in
yeah,
this draft.
and that'll stretch into the second, third round, maybe. So
Easy.
yeah, like he may have his choice of teams for Shador because 32 might pass him up.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter, on the other hand, who is he's talented as hell. The problem is where he's gonna play.
Yeah.
So with him, first of all, why does Dion have that much say? Did Travis Hunter get adopted by him, or I don't know, but Travis Hunter may be the one because some teams might look at him as a cornerback, some team might look at it as a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see him trying to be like, all right, let's kind of get you in the right situation.
Yeah.
But I don't think Dion has that much power anyway.
Right. And with the Travis Hunter, I mean, I think at some point there may be a little controversy. He may say he wants to play both ways. NFL team may come in like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that no more. We want you to play here, not here. So, in the wide receiver and the cornerback position are two of the most expensive positions in the NFL. This ain't gonna be like baseball with no Shohei Ohtani where he pitches in and hit also. Right. We're not gonna give you that kind of money, so we're gonna need you to pick a side, and we'll draft you accordingly. Yeah. So it's gonna be if you play cornerback, then you'll be an emergency receiver. Receiver go down, then you can play receiver. But as far as you playing the whole game like that, like you're doing now, we're not doing that. We're not going to invest
100 snaps.
Yeah, this is the NFL. We're not gonna invest in you to do that. So that may be the only controversy I think coming in. So if you with him, which way you go? Receiver, cornerback?
You got to go receiver.
Yeah.
I think he will be a decent receiver. Cornerback, it's tough because he played well. When he played, he did play well at both. He was a playmaker at both. I think he's gonna choose receiver just because of the money. Yeah, receivers are making $30 million a year now, so I think that's where he's gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I feel like you gotta let the process handle itself, man. Like. Right. You can't let your dad carry your hand all the damn time, man. Like, you're a grown man. You make your own decisions, man. It's got to be fair with everybody. From the people that try to make their names in the NFL, you gotta make a name for yourself. You don't want to go somewhere because your dad was a big name in the NFL, man. Why don't you set your own mindset, set your own goals, and go off the teams that that you're gonna make better, not the teams make you better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I get it, man. Deion Sanders himself, he's been great since Florida State. He did his own thing the way he wanted, but let your sons do their own thing and not you do it for them. Because if not, that's gonna leave a big target in their back right there for them to fail, and and just gonna have expectations because of you and not for them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just let your kids be, man. Like let them go through the same process that you went through, but without you interfering in it. That's all I gotta say about that, man.
I found it kind of interesting what RG3 said. RG3. he said there's a power shift coming
Mm.
where the players are going to have more power to actually do like Eli Manning, and what Dion's saying. I think in a world where the players can pick, I think that would be, I think that would end up being a good thing. Like for me, it'll sound like I love the draft, but in a way, I think I would eliminate the draft. I would kind of make everybody become a free agent coming out of college and make it like a signing day, like how college does, to where you have to recruit these cats. I know they're going to be making money, but you can do all the same stuff. You can have a combine. You can have the medical checks. Uh, you can have the contracts, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see a full free agent like frenzy where Caleb Williams could go to any team he wanted to. He didn't have he wasn't stuck at going to Chicago. If he wanted to go to Arizona, him and Kyler Murray could fight it out.
Yeah.
I think that would be, it'll be a lot of drama. It'll be a lot of talk. I think that would be kind of cool if somehow, some way, they would eventually cancel the draft and think of all the players. Like if you're a Texans fan, think of all the players who come out of Houston who are monsters, who could really, you could recruit, you could have recruiting, and they might play for your home team or something like that. So, how do y'all feel if there's like a power shift? I don't think it'll be that drastic, but what do you think of in a fantasy world something like that would happen?
Oh.
I don't think the owners are going to go for it. I think they like the parity in the league. The fact that you can go from the last place team and be damn near in a Super Bowl in one draft season. And plus, there's the salary cap that's going to come along with that. And the revenue sharing between the teams, because who wants to go to Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting. I mean,
if it ain't the money.
Yeah. I mean, Cincinnati and Cleveland, they have teams because they have, they pay them good money. But as far as volunteering, somebody going to play, I want to go here. Well, hell, everybody going to want to end up in Miami and California.
Yep.
And maybe in Houston and Dallas.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be a struggle.
Yeah.
To get them out.
To me, I feel like that would affect the balance of the NFL. Like everybody will want to go to these super teams, or the big brand teams like the Cowboys, 49ers, the Rams, and like the Dolphins. They wouldn't want to go to those big brand teams. Or the Chiefs, it's just like, they want places that are already set to go. But I don't know, man. Like I like the balance that it has right now. It gives the smaller market teams also a chance to win. Historically, we know the Chiefs have always been in the mix. They haven't been the greatest until now, but historically they've always been right there in the mix. And now that we go see a dynasty up there as well. And same thing with the Patriots, man. In the 70s, the Patriots were horrible. And even in the 80s, until they got this dude in a 100th, 98th, and 99th round of the draft in 2000. And look at them. They developed that dynasty as well. It's like, we're going to see all that basically disappear. And once you get all these players given the options, they're going to want more and more and more. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but it has to be a balance. And I feel like that right there will give more power to the player than the team.
Yeah, I was just saying, because if you look at soccer, that's how soccer is.
Absolutely.
Or football over there.
Football is football.
Yeah, if you say so. That's how the Premier League in England works. And that's one of the biggest things in the world.
But Jerron, that's a great example. For a long time, is either Real Madrid or Barcelona. Those were the two powerhouses.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like it's like the Yankees and the Dodgers. Those are the ones that go spend all that money in the world to get the best of the best. It's not fair. Then you got these small market teams that, the only people that go are the people that live in that town because it's right there. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
You see, but now there's a shift. because now these there's in the Middle Eastern, you got these Middle Eastern owners
All the
now
money.
that they have the money, so they're the ones
Yep.
taking away all the talent from Spain now. They're the ones taking all the talent from England and going from all the way over there.
Yeah.
Who the hell wants to go in the middle of the desert?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Good talk.
Not unless if
Yeah.
you got the money. You see?
But that's gonna bring. That's the one thing that, like Kraft said, the owners ain't gonna go for that
Yeah.
because there's gonna be people with money,
Mm-hmm.
with real money. The
Mhm.
Bezoses, the cat for the Clippers, he can buy
Mhm.
him a team,
Yeah.
another team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Elon
Mhm.
Musk. They're
Mhm.
gonna be in the running to take from these owners. So that's why it wouldn't work.
Mhm.
I just thought it was a kind of a interesting idea to where Caleb Williams doesn't. He may not want to go to Chicago.
Right.
Yeah, right,
He
right.
may want to go
Exactly.
to the
Mhm.
West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
He might want to be a Ram,
Yeah.
but he can't do that because he's forced to go to Chicago. So it's just kind of like maybe you start seeing more players now start being like Eli.
Yeah.
Because they're already getting millions in college.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
So
So they got power already.
yeah, I'm a millionaire
Yeah.
already. You gonna tell me where to go?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's kind of where
And
it
like
stems from.
you know, all right, example. I'm gonna give you so I watched this documentary that CJ Stroud had when he got drafted,
Mhm.
and he got excited that he didn't get drafted by the Colts. He's like, man, ain't nothing to do in Indianapolis. He's like, man, thank God I came to a city that's you know at least it's popping, because he said, man, ain't nothing in Indianapolis. They can win and make some money. You know, I get that, man, but there has to be a balance, man. Like, and I feel like once you give these young players coming out of college that much power, what else they're gonna ask for? You know?
And that's part of the thing. The owner's got all the money. I mean, you making money, but the owner's got the money.
Yeah.
Right.
But not every owner is got pockets like that though. DC.
No, but they're all billionaires.
Yeah, exactly.
They all got more than any player.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But these players, they want more money. They want more saying. They want who comes in, who comes out.
Yeah.
You know, like hell. What's next? The players gonna want to set their own playbook?
Right. I'm saying, but
You know, these players make more than the coaches.
there's a salary cap, Fredo.
Yeah.
The Rams are full. You want to play? You want $20 million to come play for the Rams? We don't have the money to give you.
Exactly.
So now you're forced. You have to go somewhere. The salary cap will keep it in check also. And when you thinking back on the XFL, when you guys were talking about soccer, that's why they should bring the NFL. I wouldn't mind seeing relegation.
Relegation.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Some soccer leagues.
Okay.
The worst team goes to the minor league, and the best team in the minor league comes up and plays.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so you
okay.
did the XFL. So the worst NFL team every year goes down to there, and the best XFL league team comes up and plays in the NFL. So that way, every game, all the way down to the penny,
Yeah.
is going to mean something. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to finish last because
Yeah.
you got to go down there for a year and play.
So like these conversations we had in the past, can an Alabama team beat the sorriest team in the NFL?
At least these will be XFL players.
Yeah,
These will be
yeah.
XFL,
You know, so like
Yeah.
because we had to have conversations like that. Can this championship team beat an like a mid NFL team? You know, it's because they got the talent. You know, but the speed's different.
I thought that would be interesting. Like in my own fantasy world, just thinking, eliminate the cap and have a real free for like bring in Jeff Bezos and he'll get that. That would be the even part because let's say Jeff Bezos buys the Cleveland team, he's got more money than anybody. He'll have Patrick Mahomes, he'll have Caleb Williams as a backup, just because he'll be able to pay. So I think that would even out. Like you said, who wants to play in the desert?
Yeah,
Because the money says you're going to go play over there. Somebody, CJ Stroud would have played in Indianapolis if they paid him right.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I just thought that would be interesting.
I mean, like a good example. Look at Deshaun Watson, bro.
Yeah.
When that bidding war was 4 teams,
Right.
As soon as he found out that Cleveland were interested, he said, "Nah, I'm good." But until Cleveland jumped in back in the race, it's like, "Hey, we got this much money, all guaranteed. You want to come back to Cleveland?" He said, "Okay, I'm gonna go there."
Sure,
I could go to Cleveland. But
for that ticket,
yeah, but I mean, it hasn't panned out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure now the Browns are kicking themselves for doing that. I mean, we're gonna
And,
see.
and back to the Shadur Sanders thing. Deion need to lead us along. You need to stop and realize, just because you're a Hall of Famer, all-time great, does not mean your son is going to go down that same road.
Yep.
You can look at Michael Jordan, look at Emmitt Smith, look at Barry Sanders. All these guys were all-time greats, and look where their kids are at. So don't think that just because you were able to do that and go down that road, your kid, maybe you were able to handle the pressure that your kid that dropped on him just because of the bloodline.
Yep.
So it's going to be a whole different world for him when he shows up and it's Sanders on the back of his jersey in the NFL. It's going to be a different level of pressure than what you actually went through.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I agree with that, man. It just there's so much pressure coming out already, and the fact that your primetime son, that's target on you is already
Yes.
like on you
Yeah.
because they're gonna expect you to be better than your dad. I mean, you had the opportunities to learn from him. You had the opportunities to develop from him, and the fact is that you play for him now in college, and so far last year, besides the first 4 games, it has not looked good for them.
Right. Have you been successful in college?
Nope.
See what I'm saying?
And the NFL's the speed's is even quicker. So
yeah, that's why I said I went back and looked. I don't know if he's that type of prospect to where he can just say I can go anywhere.
And then you got the other dude. What was his name? The
Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter.
He's outshining your son.
Yeah,
and like
he's a better prospect.
Yeah.
than both of your kids.
Hunter's got a chance to go top 5, depending on how the order set up next year. Hunter's got a chance just because of what he can do on the field.
Right.
But the quarterback, I can't see it.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're talking so much for your son, but your son hasn't improved in anything. What was I gonna say? All right, gentlemen, what else we got going on around the NFL, man?
You got anything, Craig? Like only thing I got is Jadeveon Clowney going to the Panthers. I don't know how many teams that's like.
I think this right here will be his 6th team since the Texans, but this is the first contract he has that has multiple years, and not approve it.
And that's why the Panthers are doomed.
I was say that tells you everything you need to know about the Panthers.
Panthers
right
are doomed.
Yeah.
If the Ravens say, "All right, we're good with you," and who you no, okay,
Yeah.
Also, Ezekiel Elliott is back in talks with the Cowboys to return. I don't know. We're doomed. It's over. We had our chance, and I think it's just the front office is ruining this. They're ruining this year. This next few years is gonna be ugly.
Yeah.
Jerron, so how do you feel about this, Jerron? Like your team needs a running back. And they're going to call back the old running back, Zeke Elliott. He's going to be back with Dak, and then also Dak is facing his issues with the team as well. How do you feel about this, man?
I mean, it's concerning. On the Ezekiel Elliott point, he's better than any running back they got on the roster. So, okay, if he comes in at the low ticket price, okay. The stuff with Dak, I think it eventually gets resolved. I just don't see them letting him walk.
Yeah.
But it's just so much in the air, so much negativity going around. They're letting all these people go. They only brought in one person.
Yeah.
When they draft, that'll be like their second addition to the team. So, just everybody's starting to turn on the front office.
Yeah.
It's starting to get to where they don't have faith in Steven. They don't have faith in Jerry. And it's going to start showing itself. I don't know if they're going to lose money on games. People going to go, but the outcry is getting louder and louder to where people are kind of tired of how this team is being run.
Yeah.
Yes, they went 12-5 3 years in a row. It's just not enough. Not enough for the fan base right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like we know that this offseason has not been great for them whatsoever. And it's like I know it sucks for y'all, especially when you have the owner say out there like, yeah, we're gonna go all in, and nothing has really been shown, and then top of that, like what happens during the season, it looks very promising, man. But when it comes to the postseason, it's like y'all can't get past the second round, and I know that right there is very frustrating as a fan. I know it'll be frustrating for me. Me as a Texans fan, we have not gone past more than a divisional round, and it sucks because I feel like every team that has made it that far. When I'm talking about with the Texans, like you think that, all right, man, we have the quarterback, we have this, we have that, and it doesn't pan out. And I know now that it doesn't help that the Cowboys have a big marketing on them, and they're on TV every day, no matter what, the good, the bad, the ugly, no matter what. And the spotlight's always on them. They're America's team, and they're always going to have that shone on them. And the fact that right now you can't back it up with nothing. And I think that hurts more towards the fans of the Cowboys, that they really can. They have their hands in the air and it's like, we got nothing to show.
Yeah. And the whole situation with the Cowboys, one of the problem is they're in a peculiar position. I was thinking about this last week when we talked about this. They're in order to pay the 4 most highest paid positions in all of NFL.
Yeah.
At the same time, that's where the problem comes in. Edge rusher, wide receiver, quarterback.
And offensive lineman.
Those are the most expensive positions in the NFL. You trying to do 3 at the same time. And it just shows how the game has changed. And you throw cornerback in there too. See, there was a time where the edge rusher wasn't getting it. This was the middle linebacker. The game has changed from a pass, run heavy to a rush. That's when you knew who you could go down the NFL rosters, all 32 teams, and we knew who the middle linebacker was.
Yep.
Whether it was Patrick Willis, Ray Lewis, Zach Thomas, Urlacher, all those guys. Every team you knew who the middle linebacker, because the league was based on a run. Now every team you know who the defensive ends or the edge rushers are, and the cornerbacks and the receivers. Those are the names that are popping out now. So, and those are the most expensive positions. In the Dallas trying to sign 3 of them at one time to max deals. So, and that's another reason where the problem's going to come in. That's going to be very tough to do. Like I say, that's over $120 million between 3 people.
So the window to win the championship is closed.
It ain't necessarily closed.
I mean,
but it's just the way the players came in at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
They weren't staggered.
The window was that time, but they didn't do anything. But now
it's a positive and a negative.
Exactly.
Because they put themselves in a position to where they got CeeDee Lamb, they got Micah Parsons, but now they got to get to where they can get cheaper. Jerry Jones was criticized for saying we got to win with less, but that's the only way you can do it. That the Chiefs won with less. They got rid of Tyreek. But it's just tough. It's tough to win. It's not just a Cowboys problem, but it's kind of
NFL problem.
Well, it's magnified with the Cowboys, because of Jerry and saying he's going to go all in, but the reality is they don't have the cap. If they go all in, that's basically paying those 3, and that's all they got. That's they only got 3 players on the team, so it's they're in a weird situation. So I see why the questions are coming up.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, gentlemen. Also, we know that the Hall of Fame game, they announced who the 2 teams going to be, man. It's going to be the Bears and the Houston Texans. This will be the Texans' second Hall of Fame game. I don't know how many times the Bears have played it since they started this tradition right here, man. But we know that the Texans are going to play this Hall of Fame game just because we're going to have the first Texan in the Hall of Fame, represented by Andre Johnson, number 80, man. That's a great honor right there, and I'm excited, man. Me as a Texans fan, I know that I'm excited and honored, like I said, for Andre Johnson to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. represented the Texans, man. So that right there is a big one right there. I hope, man. Hopefully something comes up and I could make it to that. But tickets for that game go on sale April 12th on Friday.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. You can see a lot of Texans fans make that trip to Canton, Ohio. I'm excited for that, and I know, I hope that the Texans can also play another Hall of Fame game when JJ Watt goes in there. And also when JJ Watt gets inducted, that's gonna be the same time Tom Brady's gonna be inducted into the Hall of Fame as well. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we can see the Patriots and the Texans play that game. But I'm excited for that. So how do y'all feel about the Hall of Fame game?
I'm surprised. I'm a little bit surprised actually. The Chicago Bears. I don't know. I
understand.
Huster. Yeah,
because of Huster.
I guess so. Oh, Huster. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. But it's a Hall of Fame game.
August 1st.
Once again.
Thursday night.
Congratulations to Andre Johnson, man. But, it's going to be the same thing. You're just going to see the backups going, but it's a good thing for the Texans fan.
Does Caleb Williams going to play if he's even drafted?
Oh, no, he's not going to play.
No, he ain't going to play?
No.
Yeah. Jay, what are your thoughts on the Hall of Fame game, man?
Oh, no, it's cool. A cool thing to do. Like you said, it's just a
preseason.
Preseason, celebrate the Hall of Fame. Cats is going to be highly watched because there's a chance that Caleb Williams plays. Mm-hmm. But no, it's going to be cool. The class is fun, though.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame class. So just seeing the highlights and getting to hear the interviews, it's going to be a cool experience.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy, man. Like these are players basically that we've seen play. Like I can't speak for y'all, but these are the players that when I started watching football, it made it fun. Like I really didn't get into pro football like this. Maybe like till 2006, 2007. Mm-hmm. That's when I really got into football. I got more into football when I started playing fantasy. I used to be a homer team, but I got into basically the whole NFL aspect when I got introduced by fantasy, and it was Jerron who introduced me to fantasy football. Ever since then, man, I've been excited, and now that I see players that when I got into football, they're into the Hall of Fame now. So that's crazy, man. It makes me feel very old now. But yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, Fredo, how many primetime games do you think the Texans will get this year?
Oh,
just to get it over under 4.5.
All right,
what are you taking?
I say you say 4 or 4.5
over under.
I say under. I say 3. I say 3.
I'm going over. Bears had 5 this year.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 or 5. The Bears had 4 or 5 this year, and they went under the radar. Yeah, so I'm thinking the Texans gonna at least get 5.
At least 5.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? All right, because you also got to think about the Texans who they're playing. They're playing the Chiefs this year, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, the Ravens.
Yeah.
So those right there already as is, and then also we also if I was to put some money on it, I say we gonna play the Thanksgiving game. Since we had to play the Cowboys in Dallas.
That's what I was going to ask you next.
That one.
Do you think that's going to be Thanksgiving Day game?
Yeah. I hope it is. We have played the Cowboys. No. We haven't played the Cowboys in Thanksgiving yet. Mm-mm. We played the Lions. Mm-hmm. And that's another team we played this year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, yeah. You get 5 at least.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing. At least 5.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to pick it up and say 4 now.
There you go.
Jay?
Yeah. But I think 5.
Yeah.
5 will work.
Yeah, because the way C.J. Stroud played, they're gonna put the NFL gonna put him on display.
Yeah,
ain't no doubt.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. What else, man? Before we move on to the next one right here.
Last thing I got is the Eagles. This is interesting. We talked about last year the exclusive games. The Eagles week 1 game is gonna be exclusively on Peacock.
Yeah.
Is going to be played in Brazil.
That's the first one right there.
Right. And then the opponent will be reportedly revealed at April 3rd at 8 a.m. Central Time. it's getting interesting. We talked about the paywall last year. A lot of people got Peacock for that game. I don't know if people still have it. Do y'all still have it?
I still do because I watch The Office. I'm a big fan of The Office.
So I got it for Law and Order. I watch Law and Order all the time. But again, that's another game. This ain't gonna be the only game where it's gonna be Peacock only. They're start getting ready for playoff games. Start getting ready for. It's just that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, like I remember we talked about it here. Like we won't be surprised if the Super Bowl will be on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Woo, right on. That's be tough right there.
People are gonna pay for it.
Yeah,
and that's a Super Bowl.
But if it does that, it'd probably be more people that have Super Bowl parties.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's why it is.
Yeah.
It's all corporate.
But they would lose money that way.
Yeah, they would.
So me, if I can watch it at home for free now, I'm okay sitting there.
Yeah.
But if you tell me I got to pay 60, 70, 80, whatever bucks to watch the game, we're going to get a group of us and go to one person's house.
Everybody chips in $5.
Yeah. So I don't know if they'll do it that way.
Yeah.
But no. But back to the Peacock, I don't like that, but that's the way it's going, Jay. I can see it right now. It's just going that way. So they're going to have it to the point where you have to have everything. You got to have a subscription to everything to watch football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the owners are making the money. Yeah. So.
What about them? Just the fact that they're playing in Brazil week one. Their week one home game is in Brazil. That's crazy.
Who loses the home game? Philly.
Philly.
Oh,
Philly
man, I'm
loses the home
surprised
game.
that Philly's gonna lose a home game.
Yeah.
That's a big market. That's a big fan base.
They must got to cut a hell of a check to do that.
Sheesh.
Cause
Like
all the concessions, the parking.
Yep.
What owner gives that up? The NFL must got to kick something back to make that up.
They have to. It's got to be some kind of revenue sharing going to them.
Like to me, like I don't mind playing away. If I'm a fan, especially like you got a good team like the Eagles, or imagine like the Cowboys, man. Like what would the Cowboys have to give up for them to go play overseas and take a home game away? I mean, like that right there is a big revenue that you losing, man. Like, is it really worth it? I mean, I don't know. That's why the Jaguars play a lot away, because the Jaguars don't have that market.
They're building their fan base.
They're building fan base. That's why they have more fans in overseas than they do over here. I mean, like that's the only way, man. You can only take these sorry market teams, man. But the fact that the Eagles are doing it, that's a big surprising right there.
And they talked to Jerry about this a few years ago. Jerry Jones says he don't mind going overseas to play, but he's not giving up his home game.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
And the problem with the Cowboys is that the following is so large. Tennessee, Houston, L.A., they don't want to give up their home game with the Cowboys to play overseas.
Right.
Because the revenue that comes in when the Cowboys come to town.
Yeah.
So you will never see the Cowboys play out of the States.
Nope.
You can forget that. Because the revenue that comes in when that team is playing here or at somebody's stadium is just massive. Yeah. So you'll never see the Cowboys do any of this London stuff. I don't think you ever see them do it.
The only thing you will see
that's why they're America's team. They stay in America.
The only thing you may see is Mexico City.
Right.
They'll play in Mexico City because that's Jerry wants to control Mexico also.
But he has that control though.
He does, but you gotta feed them too.
Mexico believes in these 4 teams. I'm gonna tell you which ones. Mexico believes on the Raiders,
right?
Cowboys, Rams,
right,
and the Texans.
Right.
Those are the 4 teams in Mexico right there. But I'm telling you, man, like, I'm gonna give Arizona as well. I'm gonna give the Cardinals a shot as well. But who runs Mexico straight off the bat is the Cowboys, then the Raiders. Those are the 2 populations teams right there of Mexico. I mean, but Jerry Jones don't need to go to Mexico. He knows he can go get his money, but he's not gonna lose a home game because of it. It's not worth it. It will never be, man. Yeah. Everybody wants to go to Dallas to go watch the Cowboys play. Everybody.
We shall see.
All right, gentlemen. All right. So that being said, we know also the NFL schedule should be coming out the week before the draft. I want to say it comes out April 18th on a Thursday, and we know the NFL Network likes to do the whole big reveal on it. And it's gonna be prime time at 7:00.
Oh, ain't no doubt.
Yeah, so we know that's gonna come out, and also jerseys as well. As they're gonna unveil new jerseys, some out there as well. So yeah, man. Like so for the next week or so, it's gonna be kind of quiet, but the week before the draft, man, you know, you're gonna hear more little whispers out there about the scheduling and all that stuff. I'm excited for it too.
Yeah, I think between here and the draft, you're gonna see some pretty big things happen.
Yeah.
Just the way the draft's set up and the needs for each team.
Yeah, and we know the draft's gonna be held this year in Detroit. Yeah, so I'm excited for that too, man. Yep. What else?
We can push the top 5 for next week.
Okay.
Ran long on this. Other news I got is, what do you think about the rugby guy signing with the
Chiefs?
The Chiefs.
Yep.
Louis Reeves Zammit, I guess. Reeves Zammit, saying he's gonna be involved with the kickoff now.
Yep.
He's their version of Cordero Patterson. I watched him. But people have tried rugby plays before. It's never worked.
The Patriots have tried it.
You're
in the
right.
past.
So I'm interested to see what they see in this guy.
So I guess they're trying to stay ahead of the game right now, because right now they're getting it while it's cheap. Because if it does work out, they could be expensive. There could be those are high dollar contracts, you know, because it's going to be a big effect on the kickoff return.
Mm-hmm.
So as of right now, if it does work out and they got this 1 year to prove it, to see how it works out, shit, who knows, man? Watch next year, man. Like they're gonna be recruiting rugby players, and like I don't know if they do if it interferes their season or not, if they could play both sports or not. So I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah. Now, one more thing. I think what the Giants ownership gave the GM permission to seek quarterback position in the draft. So they're at the 6th spot now.
Yeah.
It's Daniel Jones. It look like he's on the clock.
I think that's a done deal.
Yeah.
Like, I think J.J. McCarthy is going to end up in
New York?
New York, yeah.
Sheesh.
I guess they go up to Arizona, because Arizona say everything's open.
Yep.
So that may be end up where they go.
To me, man, it just makes the Giants a laugh organization as well, man. Like those New York teams, God, man, I'm pretty sure it should be harder in that market to be so great, man. But luckily, you guys make that city look very bad, and the fact that you got two teams, you know, makes it look worse. It's like, oh, at least we got the Jets. Oh, at least we got the Giants now. Both are terrible management, man. And the fact is that you paid this dude. I'm pretty sure Jerron loves it. I mean, like, Jerron loves the fact that, you know, they're in misery over there because you lost your running back. You have no talent in the offense right now, you know, and then top of that, you paid your quarterback like he's done something. He hasn't done shit.
You know, another team I'm watching is Jacksonville. When they bought in Matt Jones, they ain't paid Trevor Lawrence. There's a reason for that. So I don't know if they're thinking about trying to move on from Trevor Lawrence, because you drafted him 1 overall. You think that you got some money by now. And it's going into, I think it's 5th year. It should be going into about, you should be getting paid by now. And I'm wondering about that, how that's going to all work out. And of course, the whole Minnesota. We just said the Giants can move up to 4. We know Minnesota's got to do something.
Yeah.
They got to do something, man.
I mean, to me, I mean, like Jacksonville is just, you know, I'm not afraid of Jacksonville, you know.
That's the problem, Fredo. You should be.
Yeah.
When you take a quarterback 1 overall, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
By his 5th year.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you gotta get to the championship game in the rookie.
The first 5 years.
Your first 5 years.
Yeah.
While they're still a rookie, if you don't get to a Super Bowl, you fail.
Right.
While they're cheap. Learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
Dak is costing 60.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is gonna be up at 60.
Oh, yeah.
And you already.
And what have you got to show for that?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Dallas got 3-12 wins years in a row. Jacksonville ain't got that.
Yeah. You
didn't
gotta
even make the playoffs, really?
Yep. So Texans, them too, y'all on the clock. Y'all gotta get it in the next 4 years.
Yep.
y'all got to make that run. You got to go all in.
That's right.
Basically, what the Jets are doing. If you have a rookie quarterback, you should be doing that every year.
Absolutely.
Yep. I agree. Yep. All right, gentlemen. So I guess we're gonna cut this episode short today.
Yeah. We push some other stuff to the next. Can do.
Sure something happen between now and next week.
Yeah, we can put the top 5s for next week. Do offense and defense.
That sounds good to me. All right, well, let's wrap it up, Steven. Thank you for tuning in to the Shield Football Podcast. Like always, hit that subscribe button. Share this episode. That would be much appreciated. That right there will help us grow. Also, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Please check those spots as well. Follow us. But for any updates, man, we're going to tune in next week, and we'll see y'all next week, gentlemen. All right, later.
Peace out.
We'll be right back.